Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, my name is Endang Prehatin and welcome to my podcast. This is my first podcast and today we will talk about interesting things. Okay, study that is far from the region. For some people it might be scary because they have to be far from their parents, their friends, and others. However, there are also people who choose to study in other areas than their own. Then, what is their reason for choosing to study in other area? Even though in their area there is a campus that is closer to their home and with the same department. So, our topic today is about the reason for students living outside South Kalimantan to choose English Education Department at UIN Antasari Banjarmasin, even though in their area there are campuses that also provide English majors. Hmm, it's very interesting for me to discuss it. And today I will discuss it with our source, Merryani. She is a student in English Education Department at UIN Antasari Banjarmasin. And I interesting to discuss it with her because she actually come from outside from South Kalimantan. So, hello Mariani.
Yeah, thank you, Endang. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And how about you, Mary?
I'm fine too, thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Welcome to my podcast, Mary. And this is my first podcast, so I hope it will run well and you can enjoy with me.
Yeah, okay.
So, Mary, where you come from?
I'm from East Kalimantan, Pasir Gengsi, Longikis District.
Wow, it's so far from Banjarmasin. So, in your area, there is a campus that also provides uh, English major, right?
Yes, of course, but they are in different regency from my hometown.
Oh, I see. Then, why do you prefer to choose English Education Department at UIN Antasari Banjarmasin, which is very far from where you live?
First is because honestly I am Banjaris who live in East Kalimantan. Second is because there's a lot of my friends be a student there in Samarinda or Balikpapan. And third is because socialization and style of college students there are of high standards. So I'm afraid if I choose the wrong friends and the wrong socialization there in Samarinda or Balikpapan.
Oh, I see that. So, what makes you sure to, yes, I just went to UIN Antasari Banjarmasin.
Firstly, I never thought I would be accepted at UIN Antasari Banjarmasin because I never heard about UIN Antasari before when I was in senior high school. So at first, I was just trying to register and span PTKIN, and luckily I was accepted. So I'm shocked and surprised. So I just choose the campus right now because honestly I am lazy to do tests again in SBN PTN.
Actually, we are same. So, when you were accepted here, did your parents agree with you or not?
Yes, of course, they were agree because it's up to me, and wherever I go to college.
Oh, wow. So, are there any obstacles when you socialize with new people in Banjarmasin?
Yes, of course, there are some obstacles. For example, I cannot speak Banjar even though my tribe is Banjar, and I also sometimes I don't understand what my friends say to me, and I have to ask him or her to translate into Indonesia because I was born and until I was 18 years old, I live in my hometown in East Kalimantan. So, in my school, at home, in the neighborhood where I live, all speak Indonesia because there. So, maybe the accent might sound like some people in Banjar, but for the language, it's not too specific to the Banjar language. So, generally, all use Indonesia.
Oh, yeah, I know that. So, how can you socialize with new people in Banjarmasin?
Uh, I have new relation when I was in dormitory. I have found new friends in my room. They are all from Banjarbaru and Hulu Sungai. So uh, I learned from them how to speak like people in Banjar. Maybe like that.
Wow, that's good. So, who made you able to socialize quickly in Banjarmasin? It is your friends or other people?
My friends in my class, of course. My friends when I was in dorm, and now my friends in my boarding house. So they are from South Kalimantan. So now I think I can speak Banjaris, even is just a little bit.
Oh, I see. That's very useful to you to quickly able to speak Banjar language. So, now, could you tell me a little about your life while studying at UIN Antasari Banjarmasin?
Okay, so uh, it's about my boarding house. So when I got out of the dorm, I was confused about where to live. So I called my friends and invited her to live with me in my new boarding house. Well, so we lived together for almost 3 months because our boarding house was small. So we moved to another boarding house and invited other friends. Well, we were looking for a rented house for the three of us to live in. However, we only stayed for 6 months, maybe if I'm not if I'm not mis- if I'm not wrong, I forgot. So after that, we parted ways, and finally, I was found a new boarding house on Jalan Pramuka. Until now, I am in sixth semester. I still in my boarding house. in Jalan Pramuka.
Wow, that's very interesting. So, how about your friends in your class and about the lecture, about the assignment, maybe? How about that?
So, and I joined a organization Esa Antasari Banjarmasin, and I have a new relation again. There's a lot my friends there, and the chief of that organization is my friends. His name is Aziz, and I have friends who join as Antasari Banjarmasin that is same class with me. They are Ira, Aziza, Ria Ditya, and etc. So, in S Antasari Banjarmasin, we always, every year, we celebrate international events. So, do you know, guys, for international event 2020, we did online, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. All is be fine and great and fantastic. So we usually study in K building and PSB building. There are six or five, maybe I forgot, in K building, and there are two or three class in PSB building. I forgot about that. So before Corona come to Indonesia, we usually study in there.
Wow, I think that's very fun. Yeah. So, okay, this is the last questions in this podcast. So, is there your message for people who are afraid to study outside their area because maybe they will be far from their parents, their friends, or have difficulty adapting, and so on?
I just want to say, don't be afraid to go to college far off our hometown, because you will find a lot experience, friends, relation, family members, or maybe boyfriends or girlfriends. No, I'm just kidding. So just don't be afraid. Just go and do it the best for your parents, for yourself, and for your family. Maybe that's all from me.
Wow, that's great. Okay, thank you so much, Merryani, for your time today.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay, guys, that is my discussion with Merryani about the reason to choose English Education Department at UIN Antasari Banjarmasin, even though in their area there are campuses that also provide English majors. We have heard Mariani's reason, and she said several reasons, and among of them, she wants to live in Banjarmasin because she is a Banjaris, and another reason is because she wants to avoid the high standard style that exists on campus in her area. So, guys, you don't need to be afraid to study in other areas because you will still be in touch with your parents. You will become an independent, responsible, and disciplined person, and you will also find a lot of new experience, friends, relations, and so on. So, don't afraid and try to study to another area and find your new experience. Okay, I think enough because this discussion has been very long, I think. And but actually I still have a lot to ask to Merryani, but the time doesn't allow. So we just stop here and we will continue in the next time, inshallah. So that's all for my first podcast. Thank you so much once again to Merryani for your time today. And I hope we can meet again and talk about another topic or anything next time. And for my listeners, thank you so much for listening to my podcast. I hope this podcast is useful for all of you. So, thank you so much, guys. See you on the next podcast. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye bye.